How you doing there, George?
I'm doing great, man. I'm actually on the tail end of a vacation, but I'm doing good.
So you actually get vacation?
Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of forced myself to do this one. My wife and I was on the road, and she was coming out to North Shore, Kauai for some Ayurvedic and yoga training. She's heavy into all that stuff. She's a teacher, and
nice.
That's her. You know, she has business around that kind of stuff, and she does. And then she was with me on the road in Florida, and she's come out here for 3 weeks. And I'm like, you know what? I followed her out here, so
cool.
You know.
Now, I mean, you're like it seems to me like a workaholic, where you got like all these things you're constantly going and doing, and I'm like the same way. Like I'm always got to be doing something, and it's like from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed, I'm like doing something, trying to create something, make something, and I can never shut myself off. So for you to go and take a vacation, is that like something easy for you to do? Like, are you able to do that and shut yourself off and actually enjoy it?
Well, actually, I first thing I did was try to find a studio out here, or someone that has some, you know, some sort of a even home studio,
right?
That I could work. And I'm usually at the little ukulele guitar music store every other day or so when I get into town, just hanging out there. So. Yeah, you know, I brought a guitar with me, so acoustic guitar. So,
nice.
You know, I mean, I don't look at it like a job, you know. I mean, my job is a vacation.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's hard to believe too. It's like it's been 3 years since you guys released the last KXM album.
Yeah, I was sort of shocked when I saw that as well. I started thinking about it, and I kind of looked that up. I was looking back at the old record in my files, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, it had been that long.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a year ago.
Yeah, I think we initially thought we were going to do a second record because, you know, the first one did pretty well. And we thought, well, we'll see each other again in a year. You know, it took that long. But I think it was worth it. You know, I'm really glad we did well, because I think we were all in the right to do this second record the right way. Because it takes a lot of energy, you know, to put something out that quickly, that intensely. You know, it's just
right.
It's more of a head game than anything else.
How quick did you guys do this? The second one?
12 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, first one was 10 days. This was 12 days. But
now, did you go into this with stuff prepared? I would imagine. I hope.
No. That's the whole point of KXM. One of the big things about us is that we write, we create everything on the spot. That's the whole point. You know, so. We construct everything in the studio as we're writing it, we're recording it. And then once we get something put together, you know, framework, basically the basic architecture of the song, we get all that recorded, you know, drums, the basic rhythms and the bass, and then we move on. And then during that process, you know, like maybe Ray will take a break and Doug will take a break, and I'll knock out some rhythm guitars where I'll, you know, do another track. Right. Rhythms, and then we do the vocals and the solos. But that I did the solos in the studio at that time, but the vocals are all done later. So okay. I'm not including that in the 12 days, but the music is all written in that amount of time.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of pressure too to put on yourself.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I honestly think that it's fun. And it's, you know, I mean, all records are essentially written that way that I work on, anyways, for the most part.
Wow.
So it's done quicker. We don't have time to second guess any of the thing. We just have to kind of go with the initial ideas and, you know, play them enough times to where we get it pretty tight and get it down, and we're good. It's really good. It's actually kind of refreshing, less to think about.
What I was going to say was, I mean, with KXM too, it's kind of, I mean, it's different from everything else you do. Where, to me, it seems like you really can have more freedom to express yourself as well.
Exactly. I mean, there's really no. I mean, you know, we kind of go off in little different areas here and there. We always still sound like KXM, but we can sort of, you know, we're going into prog territory a little bit of ska, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So you're right. Yeah, it affords us this kind of creative freedom that is different than other projects that I do, that we all do. But, you know, there were a couple of things that didn't work when we were writing, you know, recording, that were just, I wouldn't say strange, or just not us. You know, really? So we had to be careful about it too. I mean, you just can't be crazy and just do everything, you know?
Right.
Okay, we're going to be everything from metal to, you know, gypsy jazz to folk music. I mean, you know, we're not, it's not a contest, you know, basically a hard rock band, you know. So you can't get too crazy.
Now, and actually today you guys released another video, next single, Noises in the Sky.
Right. Did that come out yet? Okay. Does that should be? Yeah, that's the third video, right? Yeah, we did 3 videos, Breakout, Scatterbrain, Noises in the Sky, and then I honestly didn't know that was out. That probably just happened today, I imagine.
Yeah, like an hour or two ago it came out. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I got to throw that up on my Instagram. Yeah, and then again, we also the first record, we documented everything. So we had a videographer kind of live with us for a while and document how the recording process worked and everything. So even more thoroughly than the first one, I really see how it's, you know, I mean, you see me coming up with the parts for the solo, and you see how the writing process works when we're all in a room together. You know, it's really interesting. You see the gear, and you know.
You need to do like like what was it? What the Foo Fighters did with the making of their album, with the breakdown they had like for each song. You need to do something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do every song, but we did it for a few songs. So there'll be a series of these short 1-2 minute videos coming out.
Oh, nice.
Documenting the process.
Now, how about like, I mean, you guys put out the first single, I guess, a few weeks back, Scatterbrain, the first video and single, and then you guys came out with Breakout, and then it seemed like boom, boom, boom. Now you put out all 3 singles already, and you still got, you know, almost a month to go before the album's out. You going to be putting out any more, do you think, or is that it for the album?
You know, I got to be honest with you. I've been out here, as I explained to you, kind of on a remote part of the islands here, and I haven't been really super aware of what's going on. But I thought about that as well. I thought, you know, because traditionally, back in the day, you know, we would make videos, and the videos would be released when we released the record, and then after we released the record, and each video would, you know, last a couple of months.
Right.
So, you know, promotional tool. And I guess they do it different nowadays because they really want to try to build up some anticipation for the record. I guess that's the point, you know. Maybe I'm still living in the past thinking, you know, what did we release these too soon? But I don't know. I assume the label knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I kind of say the same thing. Like, you think you'd want to let it breathe a little, so it can space out a little, and yeah, this way when the albums come out, you still can release more. But I guess they know something I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I thought about that myself, and I don't have an answer for you.
So when you guys did the first album, I mean, was it set in stone that there would definitely be a second one, or it was more or less like, let's just see how what happens with the first one and the reaction, and then we'll take it from there?
Well, obviously, we still talk a lot, and we still see each other. Yeah, the assumption was that we'll wait and see how the first record does. The first record did really well, and so that was a given that we were going to go ahead and do a sophomore record, and we just didn't know when. And like I said, I was surprised it took us so long. But yeah, it was just really a matter of when, finding time.
Right.
Our biggest challenge with these records is, we don't have the luxury of a lot of time.
Now, how about live shows? Did you guys actually get to play any live shows for the first one?
No, we've never played live. In fact, the closest we've ever come to playing together live, other than making the records, is when we did the videos, and I actually plugged in my rig, and obviously Ray's really playing, so we were playing along. But that's it. We've never had a show.
Wow.
We've never done a show. Yeah.
Any plans to do? I mean, at least one. You gotta want to play them songs live.
Well, of course we do. But it would really. The thing is, this music is pretty challenging, and we wrote it in such a way that it didn't really stick because we're not a band that rehearses and then we go on tour. So we kind of wrote everything, and then we all moved on. Ray's back in Cornland and doing all the stuff he does. Doug's in King's X, and he's got a couple other projects, and as well as I've got Lynch Mob and my other projects. So I'm actually writing for 2 or 3 other things, like right at the moment. Sweet Lynch, Ultraphonics, and I got hired to do a 3rd one that's just starting up. So my head's in all that, and for us to come back together and learn it, we have to relearn all this stuff actually for live.
Wow.
Figure out how to play it and get it in our bones so it's tight. I mean, we do not want to come out and do any kind of dates and be anything other than mind-blowing. So that requires some rehearsal that we have to dedicate time to, and to do all that amount of work, to justify that amount of work, we'd have to have a number of shows. So we're not going to do that for one show. Pointless. We did have a couple of really wonderful offers off the first record to come out and play live for really great money, and but they were just one-offs. So they just wasn't worth it. Plus, the biggest challenge beyond that is just finding the time itself to be able to do that.
Sure.
And it's just almost impossible. But I got to say, and we've all said this, that if the record does so well that it's undeniable, we have to go out. We're going to find a way.
Nice. That's good. That would be definitely cool to see. And the reaction, I mean, you guys are getting a tremendous reaction, so you never know.
Yeah, things are looking good, and like I said, the first record did phenomenally well. I mean, for today's, market, I mean, we've, all of our expectations have receded quite a bit, in recent decades, and it's not the 80s. But KXM did better than I think anything else I've done in probably the last 20 years.
Wow.
So we were all very surprised and happy with that. And we plan to exceed that number with this record. So as it should, because it's a phenomenal record. You know, I mean,
yeah,
it's the natural evolution of the last one. You know, it's what you would ideally expect. You know,
right. Very cool. Now, what are you working on? What's the next thing that you got coming out after this now?
Lynch Mob is in the can. It's a new record called The Brotherhood. It's great. It's been done for a while. We're just, you know, it's in the pipeline. It'll be coming out probably late June. So we're going to be working on some videos. Obviously, Lynch Mob is my touring band, so we tour quite a bit. Then after that, there'll be a Dokken live DVD and album coming out probably in the fall, which is, you know, a result of that, the 7 dates that we did. We recorded that. And so we also wrote
a new song. Yeah, I was going to say, aren't you guys putting out a new song as well?
Yeah, we wrote a new song. It's awesome. We got that all recorded. And then we also recorded and arranged new versions of older songs, sort of semi-acoustic. And so we did 3 older Dokken songs, like Will to Sunrise, and a couple of others, and those came out really cool. Kind of done in the spirit of, you know, the Unplugged record that we did back in the 90s. So actually playing kind of backed off electric, you know, but the rest of it's acoustic with percussion. Really sounds wonderful, actually. Songs really lent themselves to that sort of interpretation. And so I got that coming out. I'm in the middle of working on the next Sweet Lynch record, which we'll be finishing up in March. And then concurrently, I'm also working on the new Project Infidelica record, which is actually, we changed the name of the band because nobody could spell it, including myself. But we changed the singer out, so we got Corey Glover from Living Colour now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You know, Angelo is a dear friend. It was a wonderful experience, but we just, you know, all kind of decided to change gears a little bit, and it's really working out with Corey.
Nice. Now, how about the most important project of all? Any more Counting Cars episodes?
Oh, I think when you do that once, that's pretty much it. I don't know. Boy, I believe me, I would love to. Yeah, I'd love to.
No more cars you can let Danny work on?
Nah, that's pretty much I got my work truck, and I got that Rivy, and that's about my Harley. That's about it. I'm not a big car collector. I took all my garage space and dedicated it to music.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've got my guitar building set up, my shop, and I've got my recording studio and all that.
Nice.
I wouldn't have any place to put them.
Well, George, thanks a lot, man, for doing this again. And albums, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. I mean, from what everybody's hearing so far, what I've heard is pretty freaking awesome. So, yeah, I can't wait for March 17th.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the interview, and thank you for spinning the album. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care, and hope to talk to you again soon.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.